Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is MichelleAna, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, hey girl. I want to first start off this video with saying thank you for all the love in my past 2 videos. If you have not watched those videos, there'll be a link in the description box below, but there has been so much love, and I just wanted to personally thank you guys in this video before I even got started in today's video. Now, girl, I've got notes, I've got things for today's video. It's not a lot of notes. It's not gonna be a super long video, but I want to talk about what I've discovered we all need to have a successful year, to specifically have a successful 2019, and just kind of help you discover your focus word or your focus theme of 2019. I have had a focus word or theme for the past 2 to 3 years, and it has just helped me so much every single day. It's kind of like a roadmap, right? Like I go back to that word, I go back to that promise, I go back to that theme that the Lord revealed to me in the beginning or the end of the previous year, and I say, Lord, okay, how can I apply this to my life today? And so today we're going to be talking about just some of the things that I have found that we just need to just live successfully and be successful. Now, I want to jump right into the video and start off by saying we all have a different definition of success, right? But at the core of it, success is really just seeing growth in your life in different areas, right? So you can have different growth goals for your business or different growth goals, that's like a tongue twister, at your job or in your family life. Like, I don't want you guys to think that success is just tied to money or just tied to the tangible things. Sometimes seeing growth and success in your life can be just being able to have a easygoing morning or a more enlightened morning where you're just filled with gratitude for even waking up in the morning, okay? That's a lot, and that's a lot to be thankful for. So a lot of people don't get the opportunity to see another day, and so I am just going to be sharing some of the things that I have found that I feel like we all need to live a successful life, but specifically a successful 2019, and really just kind of give you some tips on discovering what your focus word or theme is for the year. So now that we got kind of like the definition or the essence of success out in the video, I'm going to share with you guys things that I have found that I've needed. The first thing is be intentional about every single day. You guys, listen. Every single day, I don't care if it's sunny, if it's cloudy, and it's easier said than done, but each and every day, there's a meaning behind everything. There is a journey that God has allowed you to wake up and see and witness, and you just have to really invite God into your day and say, God, I want to hear from you. I want to live the life that you intended for me to live. I don't have to subscribe to living a miserable life with a miserable mindset. It's hard sometimes. Listen, life could be real tough out here, okay? And I know firsthand that sometimes it's just really, really hard, but you have to make the decision to live with intention. The next thing that I have had, that I feel like we need to live a successful life, especially this year, is just have a plan. Have a plan and be easy on yourself. Don't set these elaborate plans and these elaborate goals for the whole year. Take a week at a time, take a day at a time. Like, some of the things that I like to do is have a plan of action for the week, or have a plan of action the night before the day, right? I have goals for the year and things that I would love to finish before the year, but I think that this is where like having grace with yourself is super important. Now, I don't mean laziness, right? But I mean that sometimes we could be so hard on ourselves that it just is so like, it makes you like feel so daunting about even setting goals, because we're like, you know what, I didn't even get to do it, so I'm just gonna not do it. I'm just gonna not do it because I didn't get to do it last year. I'm just gonna cross it off and I'm gonna write it off and I'm not gonna do it. No, I think that having a plan is so important. Another thing is just, it kind of goes with the first one, living on purpose. So even when we have bad days, seeing the purpose behind it, like, God, what did you want me to learn from that? Like, what is the purpose behind this? And so sometimes we're so scared about asking God like these tough questions because we think that like he's not going to respond, or I don't know, sometimes we're just like afraid to ask these questions. And it's okay to ask God some questions because he has answers for us. And so when we live on purpose and we invite him into our day, he really starts speaking to us. He speaks to me in ways via like even in prayer, while journaling. One of the main ways he speaks to me is the word, the Bible. That's one of the things that I will always suggest for you to always go back to. I know that it's kind of hard because some people want to kind of read it in chronological order, but quick tip, one of the things that I like to or resources that I like to use is the Daily Audio Bible app. I'm going to try to see if I find a link and link it below in the description box. There's a lot of things in the description box, guys, so make sure that you guys open it up. But that has helped me kind of go through the Bible every day. So it's like essentially a whole year going through the Bible in terms of like the Old Testament, the New Testament, Psalms, Proverbs. So he kind of goes through the Bible in that way, and he explains it really well. And I'm sure there's a lot of podcasts. There's so many resources that I don't even know. If y'all have some resources about the Word of God and just like aiding and helping to understand the Bible, please comment that below because I think that is super helpful for other people. Okay, so like going back to what my word of the year is, which is clarity, I wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit more. So clarity for me means so many different things. I have walked my life with so much like fogginess, and I had moments of like seasons where I felt so stuck and so like, God, what do you want? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? And so clarity was so important for me this year in 2019 because I felt like clarity was attached to discernment, which was then attached to prayer. So I know that prayer at the core of it was what I needed to make sure that I expanded on, that I was working on, that I was doing more of. And so there's so many layers to that clarity thing because with clarity, you're able to navigate this life with so much intention and live with so much purpose because you're not intimidated about what others may say negatively towards you. It doesn't intimidate you. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't knock you down. Yeah, it may sting sometimes. You know, people may think something negative of you or think something negative of your decisions that you make. But when you have clarity, and when it's clarity that the Holy Spirit like gives you and that God gives you, it feels like freedom. It feels like the weight of the world is like lifting off of you. I'm not saying that it's perfection over here on MichelleAna world, but what I'm saying is that like with every day, I'm seeking clarity, not just like saying, oh, this is the year of clarity. No. My whole life, I want God to be clear with me. But with that comes discernment. Like discernment, I actually wrote down the definition, is the ability to judge well, obtaining spiritual guidance and understanding, wisdom. I think that when you have discernment, and when you have that relationship with God, he really starts helping you pivot so many things in your life. Therefore comes clarity. So really discernment is a result of prayer. And because you pray, you have clarity. So with every day, I'm like, God, give me clarity to see things how you see them, to show me, be that light the way, God, so that I may walk in the steps that you have already ordered for me. So when I shared like that my word was clarity, I live every day seeking the clarity of God. Now sometimes that could be a little scary because that may like stump people's growth, right? That may say, okay, like I know I want clarity in my life, but I need to pray about this, and God hasn't responded, so I'm not doing nothing. Like I'm not doing nothing until he shows me a sign. I'm not doing nothing until he does this, and this. And the thing is that so many of us, especially believers, stay stuck and don't pursue their dreams, aspirations, and goals, whatever, because we're waiting on that sign, right? Do not get me wrong. You pray about everything and God is always first, but we must stop. Y'all, we have to stop blaming our lack of growth and our lack of seeing the fruits in our life due to we haven't had a response or we haven't gotten a sign. Because the thing is that we walk by faith. Sometimes God needs us to make a faith step, a step in faith so that he sees that we trust him. Man, there's a story. It just came back to mind. Oh, God, Lord, I don't want to cry in this video. I'm watching the Netflix series, The Bible, right? Didn't even know that existed. Like, I just found it. And there was a story. I mean, it's in the Bible, but seeing it live in a whole, like, visual blew my mind. Abraham, the Lord asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac, right? And I hope I'm getting all these names right because I'm really not a Bible scholar and I don't claim to know all the names and verses in the Bible, but I'm just Google the story, right? So God asked of him for this sacrifice, right? And we're talking about like Old Testament, right? And so he was there. He was making this sacrifice, right? He was making this surrender. Like, God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to make this sacrifice and I'm going to trust that you're going to provide. Oh my gosh, do y'all know that the Lord just came through? Right when Abraham was about to sacrifice his son, God provided a sacrifice so that he didn't have to sacrifice his son. And because of that obedience, because of that faith, because of that move, because of that step in what God asked of him, right? He didn't know how it was going to turn out. He didn't know that. God honored that. God saw his heart and he honored that, right? And you guys can look more into that story. But it is so good to trust God. Trust the God in you. Sometimes he's not going to give you an elaborate sign. And sometimes, to be quite honest with you, there are so many signs around us. There are so many like messages and words of encouragement and just people in the midst of us just encouraging us. And those very well may be just God whispering to you, like, I got you, boo. Like, I'm not trying to make you fail. I'm not trying to make you feel like you have to walk this life without me. But I just wanted to extend that point a little bit more. My gosh, like, that blew my mind. And then one of the last things is that, God, it says in the Bible, God did not give us the spirit of fear. So the moment that the spirit of fear or fear creeps in, you need to serve it in eviction notice and be like, okay, fear, you need to be gone. You need to go. Like, you're gone. But he gave us the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Guys, I talked about this verse in a couple videos ago, and it's found in 2 Timothy 1:7. And that's the kind of God we serve. He's not trying to have us out here like on a guessing game and trying to figure things out. Like, God is literally advocating for us. Like, Jesus is literally seated at the right hand of the Father, interceding on our behalf. He wants the best for us. And so just to kind of wrap up all of this, I think that when you apply those things that we really need to just see growth and success in our lives, that is when we can really like discover our focus and theme for the year. For the past 2-3 years, every single word and focus that I have had has literally been fulfilled and continues to exceed the year. Like, it doesn't stop on December 31st and, my life doesn't come into alignment with the Lord. No, it just continues. Like, I will forever need clarity. I will forever want clarity from God. And that comes by trusting him, by praying, by having that discernment. I really do hope that this video has been helpful for you. If you took notes, make sure that you snap a picture and that you tag me on IG stories, on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you find it most convenient for yourself. I am everywhere at loveMichelleAna. I just want to see see just the things that you were able to take away from this video. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.